Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmaids.com. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Up tutorial. So today I wanted to share another project with you featuring the Heartfelt Hexagon bundle. I really love this bundle, you guys. I have gotten so much use out of this one. It has a variety of sentiments in it. It really is just a really great stamp set. And then there's the coordinating punch that you can use to stamp your sentiments and punch them out. You can add these great little borders to around your sentiments. I really love this one. And last month I shared these 3 cards with you. These were actually the cards in my November card kit. So I shared these 3 cards with you, and I wanted to share another idea with you today. Let's see. So I used, this is 3 of the different stamp sets, or excuse me, 3 of the different sentiments from the stamp set. And I wanted to share a wedding card with you. So last month I coordinated the Heartfelt Hexagon bundle with the Delightfully Eclectic Designer Series paper. I feel like this stamp set works so well with that paper. So if you don't have this bundle or that designer paper, I really recommend you get them. I'll have everything linked down below, but I am loving the Delightfully Eclectic Designer Series paper. It's so much fun. It really is such a fun paper. So I wanted to share another card with you today. We're actually going to do a wedding card, which is my least made card. I tend to not really make wedding cards or baby cards. Those are my least made cards. So anyways, I want to share a wedding card with you today featuring this Mr. and Mrs. sentiment. Okay, so I've got my pieces here, and I'm going to start with this piece of, this is Bubble Bath. I was going to call this Bubble Gum. Bubble Bath cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my piercing mat so that I can get a nice cushion with my stamping, since this is a photopolymer stamp set. And I'll be using my Memento Tuxedo Black ink today. I'm going to start first by stamping the dotted border. Twist, twist, tap, tap. Ink that up. And I find that light pressure is best with this image. Okay. And same thing with this sentiment. This is a really skinny sentiment, this Mr. and Mrs. So I find that you don't want to press too hard. If you press too hard, it will it'll make the font really fat and blurry. So just light pressure. And now I'm going to bring in that hexagon punch, line everything up in my window. Yeah, that looks good. And there's a fly in here. Punch. So there we have it. Okay, so now we can start putting this card together. So I'm going to start first with my Bubble Bath cardstock for my card base. So this is cut 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and I've scored it at 4 1/4 inches. Just bring in my bone folder to give that a nice crease. Then I took some basic black cardstock. This is cut 4 inches by 5.5 inches. Had to think about that. And then I used these dies. I love these dies. This was my first time to use them, but the basic borders dies, I had wanted them for so long. These are in the annual catalog, and I finally got them. So you can cut fun little borders onto your designer paper or cardstock. So I went with this scalloped border. So hopefully you can see that. So it's got a scalloped edge with some stitching. So what I did is, I've already die cut this, but what I did is I took my cardstock just like that, and I put my die cut as close to the edge as I could and centered it. And then I ran it through my die cutting machine just like this. And then that's how I got this beautiful scalloped edge. Okay, I'm just going to stand up to make sure it's focusing. So it is focused, but it's hard to see. So there you go. Isn't that so pretty? That little stitching. I just love this. Love it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add this onto my card front. So I'll just put some adhesive. I'm using my Stampin' Seal here. Ooh. And I'm going to center this up, but line it up at the top and then have it centered side to side. So centered at the top and side to side, just like so. Okay, then from my Delightfully Eclectic Designer Series paper, I chose these two patterns. So there's this Swan Designer Series paper in there. This is the back. And I thought that when I first saw this, I thought it was perfect for weddings, but then I thought, wait, let me make sure that swans don't have some other meaning. So I guess it doesn't matter, but I just wanted to be sure. And I looked it up, and swans are actually a symbol of love. Maybe you knew that. I didn't. But they are a symbol of love. And I believe what I read, because I read it a while ago, said that they have one partner, if I'm remembering that correct. So anyways, I was like, oh, this is going to be perfect for a wedding card, especially since they're a symbol of love. So hopefully I'm not misremembering the part about the partner. But anyways, so I cut this piece at 3 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. And again, I'm going to line it up across the top. Just like that. And it's wider than our scalloped piece, but I did that on purpose. So we are, just because I like the look of it. So we're going to go ahead and add this piece down. Alrighty. And just make sure that's lined up across the top and edge to edge. Put it down, and then I have another piece from the Delightfully Eclectic Designer paper, and this is cut 1 inch by 5 1/2 inches, and I am going to add this on, lining it up with the bottom of my Swan Designer Series paper. Whoopsies. Okay, just like that. Isn't that cute? Then I wanted to add some ribbon, so I'm going to bring in this black and white gingham ribbon. I love this ribbon, so I'll just go ahead and cut some ribbon scissors. That should be good enough. And I'm going to add this around the entire front of the card, and you just want to be sure that your ribbon isn't twisted on the inside. Make sure that it's flat. Okay. And what is this? Got like, oh, something on the ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to tie my bow, and I'm going to turn it upside down because for whatever reason, that always works best for me, to get my bow right side up. Oh, what am I doing? Forgot how to tie a bow all of a sudden. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, that looks so good. I don't know what this little fuzzy thing is. Let me just clip it there. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, that's really cute. Okay, and then you can kind of slide your ribbon if you want it more to the right, more to the left, more in the middle. You can just kind of slide it down your card. And then I guess I'll just trim those ends just the tiniest little bit. Okay, and then I'll just bring in my black dimensionals, and I'll put 2 at the top of my sentiment and 2 at the bottom, and the ribbon will be in the center. All right, got my backings off, and I am just going to pop my sentiment right about there, I think. Oh, that's not straight. I think that looks good. Give it a press. And then to finish things up, I'm gonna bring in, these are the classic matte dots, and I'm gonna use the black ones down here at the bottom, and I'll just grab a large one and whoops, put that there maybe. My ribbon tail's kind of in the way, so let me see if that's where I wanna, yep, I'll leave it there. So we'll just press that in. All right, and there you have it. There's the card, Mr. and Mrs. I love it. And then you could, of course, do some stamping on the inside, dress the inside up, however you want. But there it is. I think it's really pretty. I love it. And then for the envelope, I just decided to add some more of that designer paper in the bubble bath stripes. So I just put that on the flap, and there's the card. So I really love how it turned out. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's tutorial. Really simple, really easy card, but I think it's really pretty. So thank you guys so much. Don't forget, you can find all of the measurements and supplies for today's project linked and listed down below in the video description. I've got the link to today's blog post down below, and everything's also linked over there on the blog. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and stay tuned because I'll be back again very soon with another tutorial. Bye now.